You replay the conversation on the drive home, then again while you're making dinner. Then at 2 a.m., when you should be asleep, your brain runs it one more time just to make sure you've covered every possible way it could have gone wrong. You know it's not helping. You know this, and yet your brain will not stop. Here's what nobody tells you. That's not a personality flaw. That's your brain doing exactly what it was designed to do, just in completely the wrong direction. Let's talk about why. When your brain isn't focused on a task, a set of brain regions called the default mode network, or DMN, lights up. Discovered in 2001, the DMN is your brain's internal narrator. It replays the past. It imagines future scenarios. It constructs stories about who you are and what other people think of you. This is incredibly useful. It's what lets you learn from past mistakes and plan ahead. But the DMN doesn't come with a quality filter. The same network that replays a great memory also replays the moment you said something awkward at a dinner party in 2019. The same network that helps you plan for a job interview also conjures every possible way it could go catastrophically wrong. What's supposed to step in is a region called the anterior cingulate cortex, or ACC. Think of it as your brain's attention traffic controller. Its job is to notice when a line of thinking isn't going anywhere useful and pull the plug. But in chronic overthinkers, the ACC is underperforming. Brain imaging studies show that people prone to rumination have weaker connections there. The traffic controller is asleep at the wheel, so when the DMN starts looping, nothing stops it. And here's where it gets worse, because a third player enters the scene. The amygdala, your brain's alarm system. Every time that self-critical thought passes by, the amygdala tags it with a shot of emotion. Mild anxiety. The thought stays active and the amygdala sees you're still thinking about it. It interprets your continued attention as proof the threat is real, so it turns up the emotional volume. More emotion makes the thought harder to dismiss. More attention signals more threat. More threat creates more emotion. It's a closed loop and your brain is stuck inside it. The most diabolical part? Rumination feels like problem solving. Research by psychologist Susan Nolan-Hexema at Yale found that people who ruminate genuinely believe they're almost figuring it out, but her data showed the exact opposite. Overthinking doesn't produce better solutions, it produces worse ones, more pessimistic predictions, and a dramatically higher risk of depression. The difference between useless rumination and useful problem solving comes down to one thing: novelty. Real problem solving generates new information every cycle. Rumination just recycles the same distress endlessly. So, how do you break the loop? First, move your body. A 2018 study found that just 30 minutes of moderate exercise can reduce DMN activity for up to an hour. When you move, your brain shifts resources to your motor networks. The loop physically can't sustain itself. Second, practice noticing, not suppressing. Trying to force a thought away just makes it stronger. Instead, observe it from the outside. Say to yourself, I notice I'm having the thought that they think I'm an idiot. That subtle shift activates metacognitive regions of your brain, taking power away from the loop. And third, ask yourself one question. Have I learned anything new since the last time I thought about this? If the answer is no, that's your signal. The loop has run its course. Your brain is replaying, not solving. Your brain overthinks because it's trying to protect you. The problem is it can't tell the difference between a real threat and a conversation you had on a Tuesday. Once you understand that, you can stop fighting your brain and start working with it instead.